okay, let's cut to the chase. There's a lot of people trying to claim that Halo Infinite is better in some way than Halo 4 and Halo 5, and some people even Halo Reach, and even the older games than that, the three Halo 3s and whatever. They're trying to claim that the gameplay is somehow magical and somehow the greatest shit they've ever played. Well, that's called hype goggles. So take those goggles, take those right the fuck off, throw them away. There's nothing special about this game. Reality check time. That's why people come to these videos. They come here to hear a guy talk the fucking sense, talk the fucking truth, make the fucking real arguments. So how is this game any better than Halo 4 and Halo 5? Let's just go with the worst ones. Let's not even talk about Bungie and the greatness of the old Halo games, okay? We might get onto that later. But let's just take Halo 4, which is arguably 343's best game. What does this game do better than that game? Well, the art style is arguably a better art style. Okay? Right. Art style doesn't do anything to do with gameplay, but they are insisting that gameplay is better in this game. Okay? Well, the art style doesn't even come into that. So forget the art style. Okay? You can have a whole other argument about whether it's got a better fucking art style, but people are saying gameplay. Well, it's hype goggles, okay? It looks better to them. It looks more like a Halo game. It looks like Halo Reach armor. It looks like Halo 3 fucking shit. So they look at it and they go, oh, this looks like Halo, and that feeds into the hype goggles. Because it looks more like the classic games. There you go. But that doesn't affect gameplay whatsoever. Yet it will feed into fanboy brains, or even just normal fans' brains will register as it being a more of a classic art style, right? So that plays into its favor. But that's been happening since the hype trailers they put out. So like, oh, the game's coming, look at this. And it's like, oh, they're going back to a classic art style. This has been going on for months. It's all hype. It's all hype. It doesn't actually make the game any fucking good. It doesn't affect the gameplay at all. You know what does affect gameplay? Taking out red versus blue. Right? That affects gameplay. Right? So why is no one talking about this? How many times have you shot your own team? I had to change my fucking enemies to yellow. Bright fucking yellow. With a big yellow ODST-like line around them. So that I was shooting the right people. That helped massively. Go to accessibility, change all your enemies to yellow. Leave your teammates as blue, because I made the mistake of changing them to green, and then everybody was the same on the fucking radar. Don't make that mistake. But we shouldn't even have to think about this stuff. This should be just standard. Red versus blue was standard. It was established, and nobody was complaining about it. But they had to take that out in order to sell you shitty microtransactions. That's what they had to do. They had to kill their own game in order to do this stuff, right? It's kind of hard for me to talk because I keep thinking about these idiots that are trying to claim that this game is better than Halo 4 and Halo 5. It's a ridiculous statement. The game has been out literally 2 weeks, okay? You're comparing this game to full releases with actual fucking maps. This game might not have as many maps, or maps that are as good as the maps in Halo 4, or anything. You're basing it on a gameplay loop that is subject to change, that 343 can change at any time, like they did with Halo Reach and like they did with Halo 4. They can change it. This ain't going to be the full game. Quote unquote, it's a quote unquote beta. It's a live service game, right? So why is this a better game? It's a better game right now for you for 5 minutes, but it ain't going to be the fucking finished product. So how do you know this is a better fucking game? Because it's been 2 weeks. Okay, so that's a ridiculous claim just on the face of it. And you're claiming it now? Game hasn't been out for a year? This is crazy. Right? It's not better than Halo 4 and Halo 5. Now, my personal feeling is it's slightly better in some aspects than Halo 5. That's about it. And that's right now, as I'm saying this right now, for this fucking short review. Not for in the future when they fuck it up and change it and whatever. Okay? But there's a whole host of fucking things that are worse in this game than in Halo 5. I'll give them to you. Easily. Weapon lockers. All random. Completely randomized, and more random weapons coming. So if they ever release the fucking DMR or whatever, that will also go into the rotation with the BR, the fucking Commando, which is the worst fucking gun in Halo history. Well, one of them, if not the worst one. And that's going to be a rotation. So you go to a locker on a game, going to get a BR, and it's a Commando, which is useless. This is the game. This is the great gameplay. You can't plan ahead. You can't plan with your team. You can't say, you go get the BR, you go get the fucking sword, because is it a sword or is it a hammer? Is it a fucking Hydra or is it a fucking electric gun or whatever the fuck? Okay? Completely different weapons that have no business being on the same weapon rack. That's what we got here. And you don't know what it is until you get to it. You can scan the area by pressing down on the D-pad or whatever you set it to. There's a weapon locker over there. Okay, what the fuck is in that weapon locker? Okay, you don't know at the start of the match. Some of the levels pan over at the start of the match and you see, oh, look, there's a sniper rifles there. Oh, look, the rocket launcher's there. That happens, okay? So that's a visual cue that you get from some of the power weapons. But there's a whole host of weapons that is completely randomized. Like I predicted, my guy. So, the fucking weapon lockers are completely random in the sense that they don't even correspond with each other. Even in Gears of War 5, the shit is balanced within itself. So if the sniper rifle doesn't spawn, the Uzi spawns. But at the same time, we're talking about, like, say, the map exhibit, I'm thinking over my head. So the sniper rifle doesn't spawn, the Uzi spawns. And then that also rotates with the torp bow being in play and the grenades being in play. Right? So it rotates so that you know that when this weapon is in play, that this weapon is also in play. That doesn't happen in this game. This game is completely random. Just because this weapon is in play doesn't mean this weapon is in play, right? Sniper is in play doesn't mean that the BR is in play, right? It doesn't matter. It's random. It's completely random, okay? And that's important. That's important to fucking know, because everybody said that the weapons were not randomized. They're completely randomized. Okay? And they're going to get more random as time goes on, as more weapons are added to the live service game. Right? So it's going to get worse. So let's say you want a BR, now you've got a 1 in 3 chance of getting a BR. Okay? Or whatever. Right? With whatever bullshit gun they put in. They might not put a fucking DMR in that's useful. They might put something completely other. It's free for free. Sky's the limit. Who knows what they're going to put in there? They might change the locker altogether. It might no longer have a BR in there. It might have a fucking electric gun that's worthless. Okay? They can change anything with those lockers. That's why they put the lockers in. Killing the fucking game. No red versus blue, and no fucking randomized weapons. The game's already dead. Population is drifting. 10,000 people sign out of this game every fucking day on Steam. 10,000 people put this game down every day. That's terrible for a game with a 10-year fucking model. It's all bullshit. The game is dying. We can see it dying. And yet everybody's like, it's doing okay. It's below fucking COD Warzone already. It's over. Okay? This ain't no 10-year game. It's no Fortnite. It's no PUBG. It's not gonna... How is it gonna grow from here? It's come out with no fucking content, which we'll get onto in a minute. We're getting nowhere here. So... Also, right, let's talk about Big Team Battle. So in Big Team Battle, not only do you have the random weapon lockers, right, and they continually put you on Slayer, because there's no playlist for Objective and Slayer, because they haven't done that since Bungie was around. Yeah, so you'll put into BTB on 12v12 maps, mind you, and there's less weapon pickups than there is in an 8 versus 8 on a Halo 2. There's more BRs on, let's say, Zanzibar on Halo 2. There's like 4 BR pickups that off the top of my head on each side of the map. On Zanzibar, right? Easily. Something ridiculous like that. There's a lot of BRs and other weapons. There's a brute shot. There's a lot of weapons on Zanzibar, right? And that's just for a 4-on-4 map. There's more weapons on a 4-on-4 map in freaking Halo 2 than there is for this 12v12. Okay? And that's because they want to do this gay ordnance shit. What they did with Halo 4. Oh, a sword just randomly falls from the sky. Oh, a hammer just randomly falls from the sky. Oh, a fucking Hydra randomly falls from the sky. Oh, a fucking Ravager randomly falls from the sky. Oh, vehicles randomly fall from the sky. Oh, what's it? Is there a vehicle rotation that makes sense? No, it's the same shit. It's completely randomized. 1 minute it's a warthog, the next minute it's a ghost, the next minute it's a fucking scorpion tank, and the next minute it's a fucking wraith. Completely unbalanced bullshit. Okay? Now, there's a couple of BTB maps where you both get the same fucking air vehicle. What is it? The one that I always forget the name of, the stupid human one. You're both given that, and that spawns on the helipad, and that is, right now, the only fucking weapon spawn, the only vehicle spawn that is consistently the same thing. I think it's on high power. It always spawns there, right? So, you get one of those on each side of the map. That's consistent. Everything else, as far as I can tell, fucking changes. And if there's anything else that's consistent, I apologize, but everything else is mostly random. So let's just say all of it's random until someone can explain to me where it isn't. So and that's probably not going to stay the same. That high power consistent spawn I've just said there, that will change because this is a live service game. So keep that in mind. So all the vehicles is random. Weapons drop from the sky at random. Everybody said they hated that in Halo 4, but apparently in this game, it's totally okay. It's totally okay in this game, right? Why is it? Game is trash. Stop dream. Like, let's segue into some good stuff, okay? What's good about this game? What's making people want to play this fucking game? Like, for real. Okay, the BR is pretty good. Much better than the BR from Halo 5, and the assault rifle is pretty good. Now, they're too powerful because the weapons around them are fucking useless. Like 85% of the map has useless weapons, like the electric guns and commandos and all that garbage. Okay, the sword kind of works, hammer kind of works, rockets work when they feel like it, not fucking working properly. Sniper works when it feels like it, needs fucking work, needs fucking probably a little bit more auto aim, a little bit more fucking crispness to it, but it kind of works. Your big power weapons, generally the ones you find on the floor, not the ones in the gay lockers. The shotguns are fucking worthless, mind you. And they're, like, in the lockers. Basically, if it's in a locker, it's worthless unless it's a BR. That's generally the feeling I get from this game. Okay? Now, you're going to say, well, this weapon I can get kills with. Yeah, okay, that's fine. But they don't feel like I'm gaining anything. I feel like, oh, if I had a BR in this situation, I would still get the same fucking kill. Or if I had an AR in this situation, I would still get the same fucking kill. They don't really, it's not like, oh, I get this weapon and all of a sudden I can actually start to fucking control the map flow and what the fuck's going on, like you would in a Halo Reach, say. If you get the fucking shotgun on sword base, you're a fucking god. Okay? That weapon is god on sword base, right? Because it's all tight corridors within the buildings, right? So you just stay out of the middle and you're good. You can hide, shotgun, you'll get fucking killing sprees out the ass, right? Because the map is built that way and the gun works with it that way. The maps with this game and where the shotgun appears don't really work like that. They don't give you opportunities like that, and the shotgun's not as powerful anyway. Halo Reach shotgun, bang, one shot, you're dead. Alright? Pretty much, and if you're slightly further away, bang, it becomes 2 shots. This shotgun is pretty much 2 shots, even right in somebody's face. And it's inconsistent because the game ain't optimized, okay? So even if you're going to claim some bullshit about this shotgun, how it's the greatest shotgun of all time, or some fucking bollocks, the game ain't optimized. It ain't running well. So it doesn't work as it's meant to. Or it maybe is working as it's meant to and it's just fucking shit. But the rocket launcher certainly isn't working as it's meant to, because you shoot fucking guys point blank in the face or at their feet or whatever, a cluster of 3 guys, and they don't die. And this is when they've already been fucking damaged by somebody else, and they still don't die. And you shoot them again, and they don't die. So, is this fucking lag? Is this fucking hacking? Is this fucking an issue with the weapon? Is this an issue with the damage, the splash damage? I don't know, but it fucking doesn't always work. Same thing was happening with Gears of War 5's boom shot for a long time. The fucking gun just doesn't fucking work. Same joker's working on this game, by the way. Okay? So this is a problem with many guns in the game, which only elevates the BR and the AR even more. The time to kill is way faster with the AR and the BR. If you go look at like a Halo Reach, it's a 5-shot DMR. So let's say Halo, the main gun in Reach is the 5-shot DMR, right? And then the starting weapons are even weaker than that. The pistol and the assault rifle are weaker. You start with a death cannon in the AR, and if you're in a BR starting ranked, it's another death cannon. These guns are, it makes the game like Call of Duty, funny enough, like Halo 5. Fucking lasering people with the starting weapons, okay? Now, you can laser people with the starting weapons in a Halo 3. I'm not claiming otherwise, but the time to kill with these guns is even faster than the Halo 3, but the other guns haven't caught up at all. In fact, the other guns have got weaker and more useless. So the map pickups are worthless. They're randomized. You don't know what you're getting when you get to the fucking locker, so why would you even go and attempt to go and pick up a shotgun when you already start with an assault rifle that's arguably better than a shotgun? So there's no map flow. Nobody's pushing into the map to get power weapons. They need to get these because, oh shit, if we don't get these weapons, we're going to lose the match. Doesn't feel like that whatsoever. You just shoot people with the assault rifle and you win most of the games. Or 50% of the games. You don't need to push for these weapons. The only weapons you need to push for are rocket, sniper, and sword, basically, and hammer, or if it's the same rotation. So it's the same thing. That's all you need to push for. You don't need to push for shotgun. You don't need to pick up any fucking weapons off the map other than the BR. And every now and if you're on big team battle, swords will rain from the sky. Swords will rain from the sky. Right? And other weapons will rain from the sky. So why even start looking in lockers? Why even, when shit, the better shit comes from the sky? The Halo gods just drop it in, right? Same vehicles as well. Okay? You're the vehicles are completely random. So one side of the map might get a fucking warthog. The other side of the map gets a fucking scorpion tank. Totally fair and balanced, right? Or the weapon just drops in the middle of the map. There's no balance whatsoever with any of this shit. There's no fair fight. People always going about, oh, even starts. Even 343 in their video said even starts. What even starts? What even starts when everything is randomized, lockers are randomized, ordnance drops are completely randomized, falling from the sky, vehicles completely randomized. Where's the even starts? What are they talking about? This is complete bullshit. So it's terrible. Okay, now, like I say, because the starting weapons are kind of playable, you can kind of play the game. You just kind of muddle through and you're like, well, this sucks, but fuck you, I'll shoot you in the face, and you move on with your life. But there's no balance here. It makes you appreciate the old games even more because the balance was so good. The balance in Reach is amazing. Don't tell me it isn't. Okay, and that brings me on to the fucking sprint. Okay, this game has infinite sprints. Another reason it sucks. Reach had a limited sprint. You ran. It gave you an indication as someone was coming up behind you. Right? You hear them coming. It's not as OP. You can fucking get to them. You know, you can sprint up behind somebody. It's a short burst of speed, so you're not using it all the time because you want to save it for when you really need it, for when you get hit. Oh, I need to run. I'm getting hit. Or there's somebody there. I'll close him down. You're not always sprinting in Reach. You're sprinting at the right moments. You know, oh, there's a sprint jump coming up. I need the sprint to make this jump. It's a sprint jump I can only do with the sprint, so I can't sprint just yet until I get there, right? Or there's a guy coming up. I need to wait until I'm in range so I can sprint up behind him and donk him, right? And then the other guy has got the hearing cue is like, oh, you're running up behind him. So it balanced, right? This is obvious, right? So I've been trying to explain this to people for years, but they don't listen. It's just, oh, sprint sucks, sprint sucks, sprint sucks, sprint sucks. And now all of a sudden Halo Infinite is better than Halo 4 and 5. Even though it's the same sprint as Halo 5, just a bit slower. That's it. It's still infinite sprint, It doesn't offer any kind of dynamic where you have to stop sprinting at any points. You're just infinitely sprinting. Okay, which is shit. Let's be clear. It sucks. It doesn't work with this with Halo. But this isn't Halo anymore. It's Halo of Duty. All right, that's what you're playing. You're playing Advanced Warfare with the clan bit. It's still Halo 5 gameplay with the clan bit, with the slide, with the grappling hook, where you can hook people across the map and then fly towards them with a sword. Okay, it's the same in Halo 5 when you use your thrusters to thrust forward towards them. Right? Or your Spartan charge, where you run and then you charge. Okay, same thing with the grappling hook. Hook them, go towards them, knife them in the face with the sword. Or whatever, even if you just elbow them with your gun if they're low. It's the same principle, right? So, this is still Halo 5 gameplay. Now, what it does better than Halo 5 is the AR and the BR. The starting weapons feel better, therefore that elevates the game. But it's not a better game. I think certain affinity being involved with this game has clearly helped it. Because it does feel a bit like Doom 2016. It does feel a bit like Halo 4. But it still has Halo 5 shit in it. It's still got the clan bit. It's still got the fucking slide. And it's still got all the other kind of bullshit. You know, thrusters is an armor ability. You still got it. You know, wouldn't be surprised if ground pound is in the game. They already figured out that you can do some kind of, you hold the button with the grappling hook in campaign, you can do like a ground pound type thing with it. So it's kind of in the game, right? They're finding Halo 5 assets in this game now, right? This game is on the same engine, right? It's the same shit. It's Halo 5 and they've just kind of rejigged it, right? So why is this game better than Halo 5? It's the same fucking game in many ways. And in some ways worse. And in some ways better. And the thing that's better, clearly, is the battle rifle and the assault rifle. Those are the things that's better. That's it. That's about all I can say for this game. That's all I can say for it. Okay? It takes a real confused individual, someone with pure hype goggles on, to suggest that this game is somehow better than Halo 4 and Halo 5. It just isn't. Okay? Halo 4's got the better maps. Halo 4's got the better gameplay because it's not infinite sprint. So just get off your high horse with that shit straight away. Halo 4 has ordnance. Halo Infinite has ordnance. Halo 4 has weapons on the map that are in specific locations, what you can go to and pick them up. Sniper rifle here, rocket launcher here, other weapon here, right? It has weapons on the map and they are always the same. Sniper rifle don't rotate. Rocket launcher doesn't rotate. Sword doesn't rotate. Shotgun doesn't rotate. In fact, the scatter shot or whatever, the fucking Promethean shotgun is way better than any of the shotguns in Halo fucking Infinite. And also, a lot of the Promethean weapons are way more fun than the weapons in Halo Infinite that they've pulled out of the Banished's ass. The light rifle was kind of cool. The binary rifle was kind of cool. Now we've got dog shit fucking not even as good as a carbine fucking Covenant sniper that you can't wipe your arse with. It's fucking useless. So why is this suddenly, oh, this is a better game. It's got better gameplay. Where? Okay, the power weapons, even the fucking, you know, I'm saying power weapons, okay. Weapons on the map are terrible. That's all we need to say. At the time of this fucking post, because it's a live service game. That weapon could be up-powered. This could be depowered. We don't know what's going to happen. But that doesn't mean the game's going to get better. With 343, their updates tend to make the games worse and worse and worse. See Halo fucking Reach. See Halo fucking 4. See Halo fucking 5. Shit gets worse from here. It doesn't get better. So the weapons are fucked. There's no balance. It's randomized and it sucks. As I predicted. What a surprise. So, that's just my fucking thoughts on that shit. Now, we could talk about the season pass. We could talk about, there's probably some stuff in here that I forgot to talk about. Like, the AI, like, does it even worth talking about them? They suck. What more is there to say about it? How does AI dropping into the match help? How does that help anybody? They suck. They don't help anything, like I fucking said before. All that means is, right, the AI kind of drops in, feeds the enemy's kills for a few minutes until the friend gets back in, or somebody else jumps into the match who you don't want to jump into the match because it has join in progress again, like in Halo 4. So that's not better. Is it better that players can phase through each other? Is it better that you can't kill your own teammates with fucking grenades and stuff, completely changing the gameplay of Halo? Is that better? Okay, oh, but that doesn't happen in Ranked. Oh, so you've got inconsistent gameplay across playlists. Well done. Sucks, right? This is not better. And this is a problem in Halo 4, right? So I'm not saying, oh, Halo 4 is a good game, right? I'm not saying that. I'm just saying it's better than this game. It fucking is. It's fucking obvious it is, because the weapons are on map at specific locations. There's no fucking weapon lockers. The big team battle in fucking Halo 4 is just as good as the big team battle in this game. I'll tell you what is better in this game. Fucking the capture the flag. That's something they've actually fixed. So there's credit where credit's due. The capture the flag is actually better because you're not seen all the time with the flag like you would in the last previous 2 games they did. So you're only seen if you sprint with the flag. If you're not sprinting, then you're not seen. So there you go. So there's something that they've actually fixed. Capture the flag is now actually a fun game mode in this game. So that's a big positive. What's not a big positive is putting the same fucking territories game mode in that no one liked in Halo 3. Let alone, no one liked it in Halo 2. No one likes territories. Yet this is making up the core of the fucking gameplay. Why is there no simple Slayer playlist and an objective playlist? There's no Team Snipers, no Team SWAT, no fuck all. Fiesta came out for a fucking event, so you use the most generic fucking game mode ever for the start of your fucking Samurai event. I said the Samurai was going to be paid, and then there's Samurai stuff that's paid. So I'm right again. Alright, I said there'll be one that's very similar in the store to buy at some point. That's what I said. Well, there's a helmet you can only buy in the store. There's stuff that you can only buy in the store, like the sword and the fucking the color blue or whatever for the fucking armor. Okay? The Samurai shit isn't free. It's only partially free, and you can only do certain segments of it doing daily challenges. I've done them all. Trust me. You can only get up to 7. I've completed the challenges for this week. Week 2. Right? I've done it. It's not rewarding in any way. Okay? The Battle Pass is locking off all the fucking content unless you spend real money, which I'm not going to do, as we've discussed. So what is there in this game to keep people coming back? Population rapidly falling. Alright? And I know I'm all over the place here. I know I should be fucking more consistent and have all this shit written down. But I just don't feel like fucking doing that. Because the game's not worth my time. Are you fucking telling me that I've got to go into a deep analysis about why this game fucking sucks? It sucks for obvious reasons that are blatant. The main one being there's no fucking content in the game. And if you've been watching this fucking gameplay I got here, the theater mode doesn't fucking work. Because at some point, I'll be running backwards up the fucking map with the flag. Or I'll be shooting at walls. Does you know why that is? Because the theater mode doesn't fucking work. Again. Because it didn't work in Halo 5. So how is this game better than Halo 5? Oh, it's the gameplay. The gameplay that's the same as Halo 5. But they just improved the fucking battle rifle, essentially. And they took the gay fucking scope off the AR. Well, it kind of removed it. Half-arsed removed it. So it's like not got one, but it has. It's got less fucking auto-aim when you zoom in. Like, the starting weapons are kind of better. Whoop-de-fucking-do. That makes it a million times better than Halo 5. Even though Halo 5, the weapons are on the map, defined, clearly defined. It's still got the same bullshit where the weapons count down and everybody knows they're coming back as Halo 5. None of this shit is fixed. This ain't fucking Halo Classic. There's nothing classic about it. Right? The battle rifle is probably the only thing that is quote-unquote classic, and that still shoots way faster than it did in the previous games, as far as I can tell. Right? So I don't know what you're talking about. I mean, we're talking about a game here where if you change your field of view, your legs disappear when you're looking down. And if you're on the normal field of view and you turn to the left and right, your legs walk in the opposite direction. This is the game we're talking about here. This game ain't optimized for shit. It's fucking awful at launch. And these people aren't going to wait for fucking Infection. People aren't going to wait for Griffball. People aren't going to wait for fucking bomb assaults. Where are these fucking game modes? Where are these fucking game modes at launch? They've done the same shit with Halo 5. No fucking firefight of any description because they're saving it so they can do flood fucking firefight, which was one of the leaks. There's no fucking... My days. There's no fucking Forge, and the co-op isn't there when the campaign comes out. The campaign's not even out. And they shadow drop this game for what reason? For what reason? Right? It's not ready. And it wouldn't be ready. I suppose it wouldn't ever be ready, so they just fucking dumped it, basically. And now the population's rapidly declining. What's the point here? I'm sure there's something else that I wanted to say that I've forgotten, but, what else is there to say? I mean, we're 30 minutes in, and the game sucks. Stop living in the dream world. Stop pretending this is better than Halo 4 and Halo 5, because it isn't. In some ways, it's better than Halo 5. In some ways, right? But most of the ways, it isn't. Certainly not in the monetization or the content aspect, and certainly not in the map design concept, because the weapons aren't even on the fucking map. They're in lockers that are randomized. Is Big Team Battle better than fucking Warzone? Obviously, Warzone was a microtransaction-filled fuckfest with fucking cards, and I'm sure the firefight mode for this game is easily going to be better than the firefight mode from Halo 5. So, of course, this game is slightly better than Halo 5 in some aspects. But then it has all the bullshit, like the lockers and the fucking ordnance drops returning from Halo 4. And people are going to say, well, they're not ordnance drops because you don't fucking select when they drop in. Exactly. So they're even worse. Because that was a reward for the player for actually doing something in the game. Now, it's completely random. They just completely randomly drop swords from the sky. And apparently that's better than Halo 5. Okay, this version of Big Team Battle is a lot like the version of Big Team Battle in Halo 4. It isn't Big Team Battle from Halo 2 or Halo Reach or, the actual good Big Team Battles, what they should be trying to fucking replicate. No, it's the shitty Big Team Battle Slayer from Halo fucking 4. I mean, it's got fucking a gay stockpile mode that's no fun whatsoever. Capture the Flag's still fun, but 12v12 doesn't really work. I'd rather have 8v8. Maybe that's just me. But, the maps are a lot bigger. Some of the maps in Halo 2 were pretty huge, but, the maps feel like they're not built for 12v12. Because there's not enough weaponry. And I think maybe that's due to having, random weapons drop from the sky, so we don't need to actually build it and have any kind of thought process in how a team could actually fight another team and what weapons they'd be going for and how they can push objectives or whatever. It's just kind of thrown together. And it's fun for what it is. It's better than Warzone, obviously, because, see my Halo 5 review, see my fucking Warzone Firefight review. Those game modes were awful, relying on microtransaction cards and bullshit, and actual weapons actually affect the gameplay. This doesn't do that. But it's still randomized. It's still not good. It's still nowhere near as good as Halo Reach or a Halo 2 in terms of Big Team Battle. That's a fact. So how is it better than Halo 4? It's basically the same Big Team Battle that Halo 4 had. So I'm not understanding this gameplay perspective. This is the best gameplay. It's hype goggles. It looks a bit better, and the starting weapons are a bit better than Halo 5. There you go. That's your, it's better gameplay. It's not better gameplay at all. Think about it. There's anything I've just said making this better gameplay, randomized lockers. I know I keep saying it. I know I've said it 5 times in the video. Well, let's reiterate. The weapons are random. There you go. That's not good game balance. That's not good. Some people like to suck Favin's dick who watch these videos too. Right? The guy that fucking is a forerunner who's been working on the game in secret and is a shill for 343. But no, how many times has he come out with bullshit about map design? Okay, well, how do you have map design without the weapons actually being placed on the map to fit with that level? Okay, and it's completely random, right? Random, and that doesn't make for good gameplay. That doesn't make for good gameplay experiences because it basically becomes like Call of Duty. Run around with the assault rifle And occasionally you'll fucking bump into a weapon that you might pick up and use. You're not even going to think about these fucking lockers. You're not even going to attempt to go for these lockers. Because it's not always guaranteed to be the weapon you actually want. And it's not always guaranteed to be... so you're just going to put yourself in harm's way. You're going to run into a fucking situation trying to get a weapon locker. And it's a fucking useless gun. So you've died for no reason. Whereas you could have just sit back and let the fucking idiots come to you. Which is how these games tend to work when you get in the dominant position. If you've ever watched esports or if you've ever played the fucking game, you'll see that they sit back. That's what you do. You get your fucking power weapons because that forces you to push into the map. That's why you have power weapons. To push into the map, right? If they don't give you that, then it becomes a sit-back game where everybody just sits back and the game then stagnates because it slows the game right fucking down because nobody wants to actually fucking attack. Right? You have to have that fucking aspect of power weapons, right? And they have some aspects of power weapons, but some of the power weapons suck. They're inconsistent. Well, all of them are inconsistent. And then the weapons in the lockers that are, quote, not power weapons, like the shotgun, are not powerful enough and should be power weapons. It's mental. And there's an alien shotgun that I just feel like is inconsistent. And the human shotgun is worthless. It's like, it's not as good as previous Halo shotguns. The shotguns in Halo 4, you knew what you were doing with those. Okay? Nobody fucking messed with the shotguns in Halo 4. Even the fucking one that you fucking spawned with that was OP, they didn't mess with that one either at launch. Right? If there was a shotgun in Halo 4, you didn't fucking mess with it. Right? Because you got your ass handed to you. Okay? You fucking stuck him or you got away from him because he would fucking kill you with one hit. Bang, you're dead. Right? That needs to be in this game because it's got a faster time to kill. Otherwise, the AR can just wipe the fucking shotgun way too easy. Right? And Halo Reach had a one-shot shotgun. And Halo Reach had a slower time to kill than Halo 3. With all of its weapons and the DMR, right? So, it could work in this game. It needs to work in this game. The shotgun should be a one-hit kill at close range. Now, you can argue the range for it, but it needs to be a one-hit kill. I'm sorry. But they've decided to do this, it's a rapid-fire shotgun. It still fires way too fucking slow to be a fucking... It's not a Spaz fucking 12. It just isn't. It's just not powerful. It's fucking hopeless. And they know it's hopeless, which is why they put it in a locker. They don't class it as a power weapon. The shotgun in Halo 2 wasn't really a power weapon, but it was fucking useful. This shotgun ain't even useful, okay? With Halo 2, you had the shot, and then you hit the fucking B button, and then you fucking donked him on the head. That's how you got kills with the shotgun in Halo 2, right? Well, this fucking shotgun doesn't have that dynamic, because the melee attack doesn't follow through fast enough. And the fucking time to kill on the AR and whatever is way faster. So by the time you've shot and punched, you're already dead. You see? So the shotgun has to be a one-shot kill in this game. This is obvious from a game. This is so fucking obvious, right? To me, right? I ain't building the game, but this is the stuff I'm talking about. But then people say, the gameplay's better. For what reason? For what fucking reason is it better when half the guns... No, 85% of the guns are worthless. Worthless, not inconsistent, just worthless. The rest of them are inconsistent, but they're just worthless guns. Completely worthless guns. Right? And the theater mode's broken. Shock horror. Shouldn't even be in the game. It's fucking broken. So what does that leave us with? The theater mode in Halo 4 worked. You can't compare this game to Halo 4. I'm sorry. Halo 4 shits on this game from a great height. Halo 4 launched with fucking Spartan Ops. Halo 4 had more content. Halo 4 had all the content at launch. Yeah, it was missing Bomb Assault and a couple of bits and pieces. But compared to this is bare bones. You can't argue this gameplay loop is somehow better than Halo 4's. Because it just isn't. It just isn't. Okay? Subjectively not better. From a classic fan's perspective, if you're a classic Halo fan, people get hung up on the loadouts in Halo 4 and all that bullshit, but the loadouts really don't matter as much as people think they did. They only matter because of certain perks and certain abilities and certain bits and pieces, right? If you're starting with a fucking, you know, a fucking AR here and someone's starting with a DMR here and all that shit, I understand that that can be a fucking, oh, it's not an even start, right? But this game doesn't have even starts either. It's randomized weapon lockers and randomized shit falls from the sky in big team battle. So there's no argument. One isn't better than the other, right? I'd rather have the Halo 4 system because the weapons on the map are then consistent apart from when you call one in for ordnance, right? So you take the calling in for ordnance out of Halo 4 and it's way better of a game. This game has random ordnance with random lockers and no starting stuff, right? I'd rather have the starting stuff. Like, honestly, I'd much rather have the starting stuff than have to deal with the bullshit lockers and the bullshit in this game. So it's clearly, for me, Halo 4 is a better game, and it doesn't have infinite sprint unless you put a perk on. It doesn't have clamber. It has crouch jumping. It doesn't have all this bullshit. It doesn't have fucking scope aim on fucking assault rifles, right? It doesn't have ADS. Halo 4 is the better Halo game, right? It's clearly more in line with a Halo 3 than this fucking game is. Just because this game has the fucking skin over it to make it look like a classic game, it doesn't play like a classic game. It plays like a Halo 5. Slightly better, but it's still Halo 5. And that's it. Now, will I continue to play it? I'm bored of it, honestly. I'm just going through the motions. My brother comes on, we play a few matches. I do my fucking challenges, weeklies, and that's it, you know? I'm not excited for fucking playing this game in the future. I don't know what they're going to fucking change on it. You know, I'm sure we'll be doing update videos on this channel, talking about how it fucking sucks. We'll be talking about where the fuck is the fucking Forge, where the fuck is the fucking co-op, where the fuck are the game modes, where's Infection, where's fucking this, where's fucking that. That's all we're going to be talking about because the game should have been fucking delayed. Game should have been delayed till next year. Clearly not fucking ready. Alright? No fucking co-op at launch. Yet it's better than Halo 4. Oh, it's got better gameplay. Unreal, man. Unfucking real. You do understand in this game you can't even have a guest, right? You have to have accounts. So if somebody comes round to play with you on split screen, which you can only have 2 players on the Xbox One, by the way, you have to buy the Series X or S if you want 4-player split screen, right? So I was right again. That's another prediction I got right. So if somebody comes around and wants to play on split screen, right? They can't without having an Xbox Live account. So you're telling me all these girlfriends and people that don't have Xbox have to make an account, or you have to set an account up, a second account, just so your friends can play on your Xbox. You have to have multiple accounts, and then obviously fucking hell, you can't have guests, right? And you know what that does? Inflates player numbers, people. Inflates player numbers. Everybody that signs in to play in split screen is now an extra player for the monthly active users. Is that deliberate? I don't know. But why do we have to have an account? You can play MCC with guests. So why can't you play Halo Infinite with guests? You can play MCC with guests. You can play Halo 4 with guests. So it's a better game. It's got better gameplay. What better gameplay? Honestly, I could rant for hours. There's no better gameplay here. There's the AR, the BR, and maybe the fucking starting pistol, which is probably going to be fucked around with by 343, right? You know? The grenades feel a bit better. They don't feel stupendous. They feel inconsistent. But when they work, they do seem to actually kill people. That seems like something that they've improved from Halo 4. Right? But Halo 4 had all these weird perks with the grenades. Like, oh, you take less damage with a grenade if you got this perk on. Oh, you do more damage with the grenade if you got this perk on. So there was all that bullshit. You couldn't pick grenades up off the floor without a perk in Halo 4. So there was all, but you could start with plasma grenades. You could spawn with the grenades you wanted. You could spawn with stickies every match. So it was, swings and roundabouts. You'd always spawn with sticky grenades. Okay? You could always spawn with a plasma pistol to EMP the vehicles. And that's something you can't do in this game, by the way. EMP the vehicles, right? So the vehicles are becoming kind of OP. Especially like the Warthog. It takes way more damage than it used to. You hit it with like 2 rockets, doesn't fucking kill it. It doesn't kill the occupants. It has that, what do you call it, where it starts to glow red and then it explodes. So people get time to get out of these things now. Even though they would have been dead in previous games, all these vehicles have basically, your vehicle's reached its limit and it's going to explode. Well, in the old games, when it reached its limit and it was going to explode, it just fucking exploded there and then and you were dead. This game allows people to escape from vehicles. So vehicles are so, like, I'm not saying they're OP because the Banshee's useless, the air vehicles aren't that great, but in terms of like the Warthog and the tanks, they definitely are beefy. They definitely take some fucking damage. The Warthog especially takes a lot of fucking damage with rockets and fucking sniper. Sniper rifle kills the vehicle better than the rockets now. I mean, I know that's been a thing since Halo Reach, the sniper rifle killing vehicles, but the rocket launcher is pretty much worthless against vehicles. It would kill a Wraith. 2 rockets would kill a Wraith in Halo 2, and I feel like the game needs that on this game. But maybe because they're trying to balance it in a certain way, that they're not doing that. I don't know, but the vehicles are proper beefy. They take a lot of fucking punishment, especially the Warthog, which you shoot with 2 rockets, depending on where you hit it. And that's what they were saying in the fucking preview. It's like, if you hit this, it'll shoot the wheel off, or if you hit it here. But all that does is, it means the vehicle just keeps going. It doesn't fucking die. Even with like 2 rockets hitting it, it survives somehow. It's missing a wheel, but it survives. And then it drives away, and it's glowing red. And then they get out, and everybody survives. Like, I could go on with, the gameplay ain't better. I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know where you're getting this from. And I'm not going to repeat what I said about why I think people think it's good gameplay, because it's literally 2 or 3 guns. The starting weapons. It's BR's the game. It's AR's the game. That's what this game is. It's like Call of Duty. Your starting weapons rule. Fuck everything on the map. Starting weapons. That's what fucking matters in this game. Okay? Master your starting weapons in this game and you'll go far. You don't need the map weapons. You need to master the shit you already start with. Oh, and I forgot to talk about the fucking overshield. That shit is broken. I've got video clips, so I'm going to edit them in. Fucking broken. Just like I said it would be. That is the most broken thing in the game. You can literally pick up an overshield, walk into the base where everyone's trying to protect the flag, hit the button, and then you just go around and fucking kill everybody, and there's nothing they can do. They even have that little bit of invincibility as it's charging, like you did in previous Halo games, right? So literally a guy is invincible walking into the base. And people complain about armor lock in Halo Reach. Are you fucking shitting me? In Halo, they couldn't fucking shoot people while you were in armor lock. This overshield is way more OP than any other overshield ever. Now, this overshield thing, again, was in Halo 4. You could hit up on the D-pad or whatever when you got your ordnance, and you could just simply ask for an overshield, and it would immediately appear on your character. That's what they've gone back to. It's the same shit as Halo 4. Right? It's a bad thing they've implemented from Halo 4. They didn't learn the lesson. Overshield found on the floor. And this overshield has a respawn time so fucking quick. You can be holding an overshield and there's another one ready on the floor. And then you hit the button and then you pick up another one. It doesn't have like a 3-minute respawn or some bullshit. It's fast, right? The overshield is in play all the fucking time. Now, maybe that was just a bug in Big Team or something, but, I've had this, overshield fucking situations. It's OP. I've had a bot deploy an overshield while I was shooting it with the AR in the face and then kill me. I got that video clip somewhere. And I've been getting shot and hit an overshield and killed somebody. Right? So apparently you couldn't do that, Mr. Mischief. You couldn't do that, but now you can. Right? Okay, so I was right again. Okay? So I think we'll leave it at that because there's probably some other bullshit in the game that I forgot to talk about, but I'm pretty satisfied with a a good 50-minute or whatever this is going to be when I edit it rant. So let me know what you think in the comments. There's more videos coming soon, and I'll see you later.
Only we were playing in split screen. It's a huge accomplishment for the team this year. It's a huge accomplishment for the team this year. It's a huge accomplishment for the team this year. It's a huge accomplishment for the team this year. It's a huge accomplishment for the team this year.
It was a big moment, right?